I'm Mary Grant, the principal of Bolton Center School, and I'm honored and privileged to welcome all of you here today. This is very humbling to me. What I'd like to do is start off with the Pledge of Allegiance and the National Anthem, and I'd like for Melissa Buckley and Alexis Frame to come up to the podium and have them lead that. So,
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's vast gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bumpers singing air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
please be seated. Thank you, Alexis and Melissa. If that doesn't get me choked up to start the morning, I'm not sure what will. Once again, good morning and welcome to our first annual Veterans Day celebration. I'd like to first thank our students and staff for all the efforts that you've put into this. I'd like to recognize our guides, our student council, Shelby Peterson, Rose Zimmerman, Liz Allegretti, Maggie McGarry, Hannah Latina, Maya Maluski, Adam Dibakowski, Christian Ruiz, Kyle Vine, and Scott Vine. Thank you very much, boys and girls, for helping us. Our assembly has grown from about 11 vets to 60, so we are so happy you're here. I'm going to start off by welcoming our Board of Education members, Karen Burton, John Hamburg, and Karen Olivrio, and then I'm going to get us started, and we'll have several presentations for you and some individuals that would like to make some comments. So, once again, good morning, and welcome honored guests, students, and staff, and family members. Veterans Day is a federal holiday observed on November 11th every year in the United States of America in honor of all the military veterans who served the country. The tradition dates back to November 11th, 1919, when President Woodrow Wilson proclaimed this day in honor of all war veterans of World War I. Veterans Day, as we know it today, is to honor all those Americans who participated in various wars for the United States. Although today is November 10th, we are here to celebrate our Bolton veterans who made the commitment to fight for all of our freedom. Today we are excited and humbled to honor our veterans with this assembly. I'd like to call up Joyce Stilley to have some comments on behalf of our town.
It is both an honor and a privilege to be here today representing First Selectman Robert Moore and the town of Bolton. Being a veteran, Mr. Moore was disappointed that he would not be able to be here today and asked that I extend his gratitude and appreciation to all of you veterans. Over the last week, I've asked people what comes to mind when they think of veterans. The same themes were repeated: pride, duty, service, and sacrifice. I've not served in the military, but have had family members serving, such as my dad and my brother. Their service and the service of all veterans serve as a shining example to the rest of us. My mom and the rest of my family live in the Midwest. I'm able to visit them a few times a year. I know that this is not easy for me. I cannot imagine the pain and sacrifice of being away from your family and friends for the extended period of time that the majority of you had to endure. Veterans, through your blood, service, and sacrifice, you have given us freedom, security, and the greatest nation on earth. It is impossible to put a price tag on that. We must remember all of our veterans. We must appreciate them. Our debt to you as our heroes can never be repaid, but our gratitude and respect must last forever. Students and staff, we can all show our support simply by saying thank you to the veterans here with us today and to the veterans we meet. On behalf of the town of Bolton, I extend my sincere thank you to each and every veteran that was able to be here today, and ask that we remember those who could not be here. Thank you.
I'd like to ask Mrs. Burton to come up.
Good morning. It's a privilege to join with the faculty and staff of Bolton Center School to welcome you on this very important occasion of celebrating Veterans Day. I want to also thank our students and staff for all the hard work that they did to put this together. And I feel so privileged that our children continue to learn about the meaning of freedom, and through your example, you really bring it to life for them. So that, thank you for being here, for being part of their day, and making it just so enriched by your presence. As someone who grew up in a military family, it's a very personal experience for me to understand about your sacrifice and your continuing commitment to all of us. So thank you on behalf of everyone. I'd like to share a moment with my favorite veteran, fellow board member John Hendrick.
Thank you. For the children that are here, when you're very little, your parents pick out your clothes. When you're my age, you can pick out your clothes, but they need to be approved. And so I found my pea coat from when I was in the Navy, and my daughter said that I could wear it. Let me put it on.
Yeah.
I know it's too warm to actually wear today, but we spent the first week of school boot camp stenciling our name in it, so it's absolutely mine from 1972. I don't know why the pea coat fits, but the hat doesn't. I don't know. Serving on the Board of Education has been a privilege, and between the Board of Education and working with the Boy Scouts as a Scoutmaster, there are days, weeks, where we say the Pledge of Allegiance at least twice, sometimes more often if we have other meetings, and it just never gets old. It's always a very powerful thing for me, having served in the Navy. So, thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. Next, I'd like to call up our Superintendent of Schools, Mr. Paul K. Smith.
Good morning. We are very honored to have you all here today. And students, tomorrow we all know is Veterans Day. And as you look at our Bolton veterans sitting in front of you, they are your neighbors, they are parents, they are your grandparents, they are our American heroes. And tomorrow is the day that we honor every veteran who served in any capacity to protect our freedoms. So you won't see most of the people here tomorrow, but today is our way of saying thank you very much. And saying a simple thank you is very important. Most veterans don't ask for anything, but I know they would take a thank you. So I'm going to ask the students to quietly stand up. And on the count of 3, everyone is going to say thank you. 1, 2, 3. Now that's pretty nice.
I'd also like to point out one of the things we also wanted to do today to show our appreciation was to get all of our students to wear as much red, white, and blue as they could today. So that is also to honor you as well. The next individual I'd like to call up is Mr. Andrew Gonzalez, our assistant principal.
Good morning, staff and students. Before I say some words to the veterans, I'd like to thank the students for being so respectful and responsible as an audience. I wake up each day so appreciative to be a part of this great country, and I understand that the freedoms I enjoy are doing a great part to what you did serving, and for those who continue to serve in our armed forces. As you know, we are focusing on specific character traits as part of our Character Counts program at Bolton Center School. And fittingly, this week's trait is loyalty. Loyalty is defined as being faithful to a belief, person, or group. When you are loyal, others know you won't abandon them if things are rough. They can depend on you. Each veteran displayed loyalty by protecting and defending the United States of America, and all deserve a big thank you and a round of applause.
Thank you, Mr. Gonzalez. Next, representing our Bolton Historical Society, I'd like to call up Mr. John Toomey.
A very special good morning to all of Boltonian veterans here today. And good morning to everyone else. It's an honor to be here in my alma mater, to be able to give a few brief remarks from the Bolton Historical Society. How many of you students know if your parents, your mom or your dad, are veterans? I know. My dad is. There's some people from the last 50, 60 years, 70 years, who many of us knew here, and I would like us, if we could, remember them as well. From World War II, George Rich and Andrew Hutchinson did not come home. From Korea, Andrew Tobias. And from the Vietnam era, William Erson and Stephen Gear are no longer with us. And if we could take a moment's silence to remember our friends. Thank you. And thank you so much to all of our veterans.
Now the part that all of our students have been working so hard, we're going to get started with. I'd like to first thank Ms. Merwin and Mr. Ayer, both in our music department, who have been instrumental in putting these pieces together today and helping us with our sound system. So thank you, Mr. Ayer and Ms. Merwin. Starting off, I'd like for our first graders to rise, and they are going to sing a welcome song here. First graders.
Welcome,
first part was great, but the encore was even better. Great job. You may have a seat. Our second graders are going to stand up in our stands, and they have a patriotic melody for you. That was awesome. I think you're seeing all these smiles. That means we're really enjoying this. If we could have our third graders stand up, they are going to do a poem for us. Next, I'd like to call up our 5th grade, and Patrick Anderson, if you could come down, and if our 5th graders that are participating could also stand up.
Today I'm going to read about service, duty, and honor and tribute of Veterans Day, because military service is essential to keeping our country protected. First, it is a big commitment to serve in the Army, Navy, Air Force, Coast Guard, or Marines. Everyone who joins the military is putting their lives in danger to protect the ones they love and for their belt duty, service, and our honor of our military men and women who deserve our respect because they are making the ultimate sacrifice to protect our freedom in our great democratic country. May God protect all those heroes who served or are serving in the military.
Thank you, Patrick. And Patrick is one of our seventh graders, so I apologize. If I could now have my fifth graders stand up that are going to recite our poem.
Many days and nights. Though we may not know each name, we thank all veterans just the same. Thank you. Being an American is an honor in so many ways. I know as an American that I am protected by the Army, Air Force, Navy, Coast Guard, and the Marines. They risk their lives to keep the predators out and the citizens of our country safe. I think it is a miracle that despite the pain and sacrifice, whether you're in the Army, Air Force, Navy, Coast Guard, or the Marines, I think that we are safe. We protected our country so that we can lead safe and happy lives. Thank you for every second of your life that you risked in the line of duty. Today is a day to celebrate and thank you veterans for all your hard work and keeping the United States. We honor and remember. Thank you.
Good job, Melissa. Aaron?
Veterans Day is the day of the year that we remember and respect those who served in our armed forces. We spoke of being terrified as we being shot in the trenches. I know that each veteran has his or her own unique story of duty and service, and I think that everyone would be fascinated to hear it. Veterans are just like superheroes. They are brave, fearless, and each has his or her own story. They may not be Superman, Spider-Man, or Wonder Woman, they are truly our American heroes. Thank you to all the veterans of the armed forces. Thank you for being our heroes.
Once again, if you could have another round of applause for Patrick, Aaron, and Marissa. We have two final things to do. We have our sixth grade band who are going to play for us, and then we're going to have Jacob Rich come up and do the poem to close us out. So I'll turn this over to Miss Merwin and her sixth grade band. Thank you for your support. Jacob Rich, 5th grade.
We would like to thank you for attending our Veterans Day Assembly. Thank you for all you have done for our country.